YouTube world. This is a challenge with Chris Schneider, Crisam Arts, based in Kent. We chat to each other on the phone occasionally. We've got a lot in common, me and Chris, both graphic designers. Both are inspired by landscapes. She does flip cups. I'm not so a flip cup person, more of a swipe person. So this is a little challenge that I think is going to be quite difficult. I've already done a test and my son just came into my studio and said, "Mum, what on earth is that? It's terrible." Which has filled me with an enormous amount of confidence not. So the picture on the left there is the one that Chris sent me as part of the challenge. That's by Ali Black. And the picture on the right is the one that I sent Chris, and that's by my husband. So you can see both pictures, quite a challenge to translate into fluid art, but we're just using them as inspiration. So it's a good thing to do. Try it out sometime. Find a picture that you like and see if you can create a fluid art painting from it. So the challenge is to do a landscape flip cup. So it's a big challenge because these cups have got to go a long way, and I don't know if it's going to work. I really don't. I can't fit any more flip cups on there, but we will see. I'm always very disappointed with the collaborations that I've done with other people. I think because I put too much pressure on myself, but we'll see how this goes. My colours are a right old mixture. If I put the test up that I did next week for this little thing, I will certainly go into my colours in more detail. But basically, I started off with X4, this is phthalo blue, in this cup. I have Payne's Grey. I have two different Payne's Grey actually. One is Amsterdam, this one's the Amsterdam, and this one's the Graduate Acrylic. The Amsterdam is much darker. I have, that was Prussian blue, which I've lightened up, and this one is the phthalo blue with black added. So I've messed around with my colours, guys. So that's my blues, and incidentally, in my little, because I don't really know what these colours are anymore, I label my cups 3 so that I put the numbers down on my piece of paper. And all I've done, the paper's the same size as the canvas more or less, drawn around each cup and written down the order that I'm going to lay my paints in. Let me just go through the golds. Well, I have white, titanium white. This is Naples yellow. I think probably I've desaturated that by adding a little bit of blue. I mean a tiny bit of blue. And this is Naples yellow with adding a little bit more blue and a little bit of black. And this is the X4 gold, which is quite pale gold actually, quite pale. In my test, I used 24K gold, just a teeny weeny bit, and I wish I never did. And I have silver as well. Where's my silver gone? Ah, I have silver. So I hope, and I have some black. So PVA silver, 351 I think, and Amsterdam oxide black. Okay, So let's get layering, shall we? This is the silver. So the clouds, there's clouds at the top, and this is the silver's representing those clouds. Now in my test that I did, I used, I think I used quite a cobalt blue, or was it? It could have been ultramarine blue, and oh my goodness, it just completely took over the whole of the sky. And I lost all of my silver at the top. Blue 2. I'm going to use this sparingly. Blue 4. It's like painting by numbers, isn't it? Nice big layer of this. So my cups are going to be really full. Second cup, silver. Blue 2. Blue 3. Oh, going lighter. So it is very difficult being inspired by a landscape. I'm such a perfectionist that I want the fluid art to look like the landscape. But actually I think that's a little bit of a tall order. Blue 2. I think you just have to have it in your mind that you're being inspired by. You're being inspired by the colours, the composition. You ain't gonna get a fluid art painting that looks like a painting, a photograph. I'm talking and I'm losing my track. I want gold in there. I want a fleck of gold. Next to the Payne's Grey, that's going to be lovely. There's that one. You know, when I've taught flip cups in classes, I say to people, come, don't think about it, just do it. Don't think about it, just do it. Oh, that was bad. That was so bad. Better. Chris would say that's a splurger. Feeling that's going to go off the edge. Okay. Right. Let's see how this goes, shall we? Wonky there. It went a bit wonky there. hope I don't get green. And the last one. Okay, so what I'm going to do, and I'm just going to obviously wet the canvas. So far so good. That took a bit of concentration. Okay, I'm going to work at blending this area in here with my homemade cell activator. I'll put the recipe for my, when I say cell activator, it's not really cells, it's more lacing, and it causes the paints just to mix together a little bit more. And then this area is horrible, so I'm probably going to, I want to try and get a water effect with swiping with Aussie Floetrol and black. So let's see how that goes, shall we? Okay, that was a bit of a marathon. As with any painting, I treat fluid art the same as I treat an acrylic painting, a portrait, a landscape, anything that I do. I will keep going and apply any technique to the painting till I get the finished result that I want. And actually, I'm really pleased with that sky now, and that 24K gold, I just added it in at the last minute, rather reluctantly, but I just thought, what the heck. So I'm hoping that this will continue to develop, it will continue to merge the colours together and produce like a cloudy effect. Maybe I could have put some house paint through there and it would have reacted even more. But do you know what? I'm really not going to fiddle anymore. Take you down for a closer look. So there's some lovely things happening through there. And the sky has got that sweepy, cloudy effect. It's just quite a nice line of gold running right the way through there. So I'm hoping that's really going to stand out. And you can see the wispiness that's beginning to happen in the clouds that merge into the sky. Really pleased with that. Aussie Floetrol, I use it sparingly, just to create the glistening water. So there's bits of gold that are reflecting from the sky. I'm actually very pleased. Touch and go for a moment. Stay tuned for the dried results. So, I am so over the moon with this painting. I think it's one of the best ones that I've ever done. Look, the gold, look at the gold shimmering. I think I did really well not to get a lot of green with the yellow and the blue. Just, can you see, just a little bit of a green tinge through there, but I actually think adds to the stormy clouds. So starting at the top, the silver, I didn't lose too much of it. And the silver through here with the clouds there is really nice. The blue didn't completely take over. The Payne's grey always dries a lot darker than I think. But what I love about this, do you see how it fades? That's the 24K gold fading into the heavy clouds there. And the sun, the skyline just coming through, just glimpsing through there. And then if you move down, this is like the horizon, and here you've got the ripples in the water, so the sky is reflecting in the water, the gold there, and the blue, the silver blue there. This, as I said, the Payne's grey always dries a lot darker, so I've lost some of that definition, some of that blue there. But honestly, I don't know if I can call, let me put it down. I'm stood on a step ladder. Can you see it? Yeah. So I don't know if you can honestly call it a flip cup or a swipe. So I'm calling it a flipe. It's a contemporary landscape painting. That's what it is. Regardless of what technique, in the lacing through there, I can't remember what cell activator, lacing activator I used. It probably wasn't my homemade one. So all the descriptions and the recipes are in the description box below. But let me show you the test that I did, because I did film the test, but I'm not going to post it. Hang on. So this is the test I did, a little test, and my son came in and he said, Mum, that's rubbish. My son's 25. And I thought, yeah, you're right. So I only did one test. I mean, this looks like sand. This looks like a distant shoreline. This looks like sand. I'm not quite sure what this bit is. But to go from that to that, that's how important it is to do a test. If you've got a relatively decent sized canvas and you know a lot of paint, you don't want to waste anything. Do a test. Do a test. This can go in the bin. That can't. So I am really, really pleased. Thank you. And thank you, Chris Schneider. Thanks, friend, for the challenge. I haven't seen what she's done yet, so I'm not sure when this video is going to be released. But yeah, thanks for watching. Bye for now, guys.